All right, guys. So I'm doing the recap today with Thor because just Brian had to leave early. He's going to boat for the day, so I just had to leave early. So today was actually a really good day. We had a really nice mover. We had PLTR, CLOV, and MU, and and CLOV on either direction. We had really nice trading day. So PLTR was gapping up. I think it was earning for it. It was gapping up, really nicely solidifying around 2450. At the open, it was above the VWAP, and what we noticed that I noticed that it sold off at the VWAP, bounced back from the VWAP, and I did trade it 1 minute opening range breakup. But again, PLTR is a little bit famous to be PLTR. Sometimes it gives us a really hard time. I went long at 2450, popped up to 24, above 2470. I really wanted to 25. I got out a little bit, and then it dropped, and I actually lost money on that because I still had enough shares that passed my entry point. And unfortunately, I have a rule of thumb that when where's my epic pen? Where's my epic pen? Yeah, here. So I have a rule of thumb that when you start partialing out, you shouldn't really let the stock to move your break-even point. So when it was not a great entry really. A much better entry would have been maybe here, but I wanted to see the 1 minute opening range break up, partial here, and what I just passed. I should have stopped out here or maybe around here, and I could. That drop was not that fast. I could, but I got stopped out here, and this trade was negative for me, even though I partial that. And then after that, I realized that it really lost the VWAP. And I flipped my position to the short for a potential 5 minute opening range breakdown. It's the strongest stock, but it lost the VWAP with such a bearish candle that it could have been a really potential short here with the stop loss above the VWAP. I just waited to see what happens in the 5 minute candlestick, and I went short at around 24, and we got all the way up to 2460. So I made good money on the short side, really did. And actually in this bounce, I added more a little bit, bounce back. And then for the next drop, covered at 2364, and eventually I got stopped out at the break-even point. 2364 was a daily, I think, level that I had from somewhere. Yeah, I think there was a level somewhere around. No, actually there was some sort of a moving average that I saw here, down here. Anyway, there was something that I put this 2364. After that, I know we're gonna get to Thor trade, but Thor did a really nice trade below the VWAP. Let me actually bring it up. He mentioned that so everyone actually can see that. So he just got just below the VWAP. That's at 2430. And then you explained that Thor, people can see your screen, your trade now.
Yeah. So for me on PLTR, I missed the opening move because I was looking at Apple and Microsoft. But when PLTR came back down and it had bottomed around R6 and R5, those are some breakout levels that I use on the Camarilla pivots. So once it held those levels and broke back up and reclaimed VWAP, it gave me a good opportunity. So I went long at VWAP. I gave only the loss of my entry candle as my risk area, so it gave me a nice tight RVR. But if it came back and rejected VWAP to the downside, I already knew I didn't want to be in it. And the level 2 was extremely bullish to the top side. And I actually am posting a YouTube recap. I was recording my L2 live when I took the trade, so I'm also posting that to YouTube. So if you guys want to check that out, you can. But long at VWAP and then good partials up. I went all out around 10 o'clock. And then I got back in once the level 2 looked bullish again, around 2488, and got a nice move up to around 2540 on that one.
Did you record the big ask?
Being very good to me.
Did you record that big ask on 25? Yeah, that's awesome. So watch Thor's recap for that. That's amazing. And then another ad here. This is another ad or a new trade at 1020 at 2480. That's the new trade.
It's a fresh position, completely new trade. On this one, my stop loss was was the loss of pre-market high.
Perfect. Yeah, that's amazing.
So you can see the pink dots on my chart. Pre-market high is right there. So if I went through pre-market high, I was going to get out of that one. So it didn't take very long to get to 2-to-1, which you could see it.
Great
25-ish.
Yeah, great trade. Nice. Thank you so much. Amazing. What else we did? CLOV was at the open. I did a short on it. Actually, I did two short on it. So at the open, really close below the VWAP, sold off, bounced back. But I really didn't want it to go long below the VWAP, even though stock was really, like up 20%. It dropped really. I went short. We had this level for the break of this level at 8,933, 920, and then it popped up and I got a stopped out. Really couldn't go above these moving averages, so I went back short, added more from 920, 930, 920 all the way up to below, I think just about the 9, and I just covered everything at the break-even point. So there was essentially two trades for me. This one was the loss, and then this one was the gain. So that was the trade. And did I trade it again? Oh no, I just let it go. Oh, it went up all the way up to 860 the S3. And then I did one trade on AMC, one ABC, the pattern on AMC for the break of high of the day. It wasn't a great trade, and it wasn't a big size, so it just came back, hold these moving averages, went along at 31.86, sold all the way up to 32.50, and I got a stopped out at the break-even point. And I took one small reversal on the MU. So MU was at the a very important daily level of 69.25. On a daily chart, if you see that it was really selling off, the stock was downgrading, and on a daily chart, this level back into just a little bit higher, back in December 2020, really held it for a couple of weeks, and I was hoping to get that. I got it longer at 69.25, popped up to 69.55, and I got a stop out at the break even. Eventually, it went back up to almost 70, but I wasn't in there. Anything else from you, Thor? I'm sorry.
I mean, I had a decent short on Microsoft, and I actually had a loser on Apple and on AMD. I was trying to short those, and those both squeezed on me. So I was down a couple of R, but PLTR, really recovered my day. I'm up about 8R or 9R on PLTR. Made a couple on Microsoft. And Carnival Cruise Lines, I did one. So doing, really strong day. I feel like the room in general in the chat, we had lots of good stuff put on the list today. Plenty of good things to take opportunities from. So
yeah, it was
a lot of good trading today.
It was a pretty good day. There's so many opportunities. Like yesterday, that open was not great. Today was really, really nice, and glad. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Today's Thursday. Mentorship session by me in 20 minutes, and then in the evening by Thor if you want to see how they're trading. Just make sure that come into the afternoon. And what else? Friday, tomorrow is the crypto is picking back up, so Jared is gonna have that. Jared is also online if you want to say something. And we're excited.
Sure. Yeah, so we've had a little bit of a slow start with the crypto mentorship, but we're looking to kick things back off tomorrow. Obviously a lot of activity going on right now, and we'll have some interesting analysis to cover with kind of where we are in certain markets. My trading today kind of did the same thing as Thor. I was looking for a couple of shorts in tech. MU ended up being the place to focus for the short, but I got squeezed in Apple a few times, and now I'm long Apple. So just seeing how high that's going to go, because looks like big tech is squeezing and the Qs are rallying. So I'm not going to step in short if that's the direction.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, you caught Apple great, man. I think there's still more topside on that trade for you today.
Yeah, the level 2 is pretty bullish right now. 148 is a pretty clear target for someone, and I'll wait and see what happens after that.
How was the webinar? I watched some of it. Dr. Katz talked actually with Thor and Jared. How was it? Yeah, it is recorded and it is in the education center, guys. Did you enjoy it, guys?
Oh, it was so much fun. It was really just like hanging out with a couple of buddies and talking trading. Dr. Katz creates such a warm kind of, almost living room style with just the way he kind of presents. So, I mean, an hour went by, and Jared we're both just like, we could go another hour. Like, it was such a fun time just kind of talking about trading experiences.
Yeah, Dr. Katz is definitely excellent, yeah. All right, so that's it, guys. So we're gonna take a quick break, and I'll see you all in the mentorship session in the webinar room in 10 minutes, and I'll post this online. Thank you so much, and yeah, thanks, guys, for helping on the recap. Cheers.